American seniors aren't leaving their kids buried in debt because they didn't save enough or because funeral got too expensive. They're leaving them in debt because of two silent traps the funeral industry is counting on. So if you are on Social Security and you have been putting off thinking about your funeral or assuming the government covers some of it, save this video. I'm gonna walk you through what's really gonna happen. And the first one, it's a slap in the face to every senior who worked their whole life. I'm talking about the Social Security death payment, which is stuck at $255 and hasn't changed in over 70 years. $255 hasn't changed since 1954, and the funeral now costs over $10,000. And when that happens, your family is left with $255 and a $10,000 bill due up front. The Funeral Consumers Alliance says it plain. Most funeral homes today require payment in full before they start any service. So your son or daughter has hours, not weeks, to come up with that money, and that by itself is already enough to push them straight to the credit card. But it gets worse. The day you pass, your bank account gets frozen. Even the money you saved your whole life, your family can't touch it. The bank holds it until probate closes, which can take 6 to 18 months. So they're standing at the funeral home with $255 in one hand and a $10,000 invoice in the other. So Gabriel, is Social Security the bad guy? No, it was built in the 1930s to help families when a funeral cost $200 and people lived to 65. It did its job back then. The problem is the funeral now costs $10,000 and that $255 check has never moved. Now we need to go to the second reason. And if you know someone over 65 who keeps putting this off, please send them this video, because I'm talking about your son or daughter signing for the debt themselves. You need to understand, when the family has hours to pay and no money in the bank, the funeral home has a credit card application right there on the desk. It's not the parents' debt anymore, it's your kids. And once they sign, that loan goes on their credit, their record, their future, with rates that can hit 15% in terms up to 36 months. So your daughter ends up paying for your funeral for 3 years while raising her own kids. Not every family ends up like that. The prepared ones quietly put a small plan in place, a final expense plan, just enough to cover the funeral. When the day comes, the money is there in 48 hours. The funeral gets paid, the family grieves, and no kid has to sign for anything. I'm Gabriel Reyes, and my mission is to help seniors on fixed income live dignity, not debt, to their families. And to help you, comment peace below and I will send you a private message with a short video explaining how to cover your funeral without ever letting your kids sign a loan.